Hello students, in this video you will be learning about stars and the solar system. So you will learn about different planets present in the solar system, phases of the moon, and also about constellation. So first we will see about the surface of moon and different phases of the moon. As we know, moon is a natural satellite of the earth. Moon revolves around the earth on a definite orbit, and due to gravitational attraction of earth that holds the moon in its orbit. The moon does not produce its own light. Even we can be able to see a shiny moon because the sunlight that falls on the moons get reflected towards the earth. So due to the reflection of the sunlight from the surface of the moon, we can be able to see moon shiny. We can see only that part of the moon from which sunlight is reflected towards earth on the earth. So moon continuously every night for a month we can be able to see there is a one day in the month when the moon cannot be seen in the night. So that is called as a new moon day. So we are discussing about the different positions of the moon on its orbits and its corresponding phases. So on that moon day is also called Amavasya, and that will be the very dark night on that day. On the next day of new moon day, only a small curve-like portion of the moon appears from the surface of the earth. This is known as crescent moon. And thereafter, every night, the size of the bright or visible part of the moon appears to become bigger. And that will be the half moon and more than half moon. After 15 days from the new moon, we can see the whole bright disk of the moon in the night sky. So there is also one day in a month when the moon is visible as round ball of the light in the sky. So the day on which the whole bright disk of moon is visible to us from the surface of earth, that is called the full moon day. And we are also knowing this full moon day as a Purnima. And after 15 days from the full moon day, the moon is not visible again. So we have the new moon again. This new moon will again change into full moon after another 15 days, and the process is repeated. So the different shape of the bright visible part of the moon as seen from the earth during a whole month, that are called phases of the moon. So in the phases of moon, they have the waxing phase and waning gibbous. So next we will discuss about the solar system, about the different planets that is present in our solar system. So the solar system consists of the sun, the 8 planets and their satellites, and millions of celestial objects such as comets, asteroids, and meteoroids are present there. So sun is a star, and it is the star around which the earth and other planets revolve. Sun is extremely hot object, and this sun consists mostly of hydrogen gas. And sun is the main source of heat and light energy for all the planets of the solar system and also for their satellites. So planets are the large celestial bodies or large celestial objects which revolve around the sun in its orbits. So there are 8 major planets. In that, 4 are inner planets of the solar system and 4 are outer planets of the solar system. So inner planets of the solar system are Mercury, that is also known as Budh, Venus, known as Shukra, Earth, known as Prithvi, and Mars, known as Mangal. So Mercury is the first planet from the sun, and that is nearest to the sun also. So that's why it is very hot during the day. And it is also the smallest planet of the solar system. And this planet Mercury can be seen either as a morning star in the eastern sky just before sunrise, or as an evening star in the western sky just after sunset. Mercury has no satellite of its own. Next is the Venus. Venus is the second planet from the sun. It is the nearest planet or the closest planet to the Earth. It is also the brightest planet in the sky. And this is the hottest planet. And sometimes Venus appears in the eastern sky sunrise, and sometimes it appears in the western sky just after sunset. So it is often called as a morning or an evening star, although it is not a star. The planet Venus also shows phases like the moon. So Venus has no moon or satellite of its own. Next is the Earth. Earth is the third planet from the sun. Earth is spherical in shape, and Earth also appears to be a blue and green ball. So Earth is the only one planet in the solar system on which life is known to exist. And due to presence of atmosphere, the existence of life, presence of atmosphere, existence of water, survival of life is there on the surface of the Earth. And Earth has also a protective ozone layer, and this ozone layer absorbs most of the harmful UV rays coming from the sun and prevents the organism living on the surface of the Earth and protects them from the very high intensity of heat. Next is the Mars, also known as Mangal. So Mars is the fourth planet from the sun, and it is the first planet which is outside of the Earth's orbit. Mars is also called red planet because its surface appears red. Of all the planets, Mars is most like the Earth. That surface is rocky, and Mars has also a thin atmosphere as compared to the Earth. Mars has 2 small natural satellites. Outer planets of the solar system, 4 outer planets are there: Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. So first is the Jupiter, that is also known as Brihaspati. Jupiter is the 5th planet from the sun. It is the biggest planet of the solar system, and it is being made up of hydrogen and helium gas. And Jupiter has 67 satellites. It has also 4 large moons and appears quite bright in the sky. And Jupiter is a very cold planet. And it has also some faint rings around it. Next is Saturn. Saturn is the 6th planet from the Sun. Saturn is the 2nd biggest planet of the solar system, and it appears yellowish in the color. And this Saturn is the unique planet in the solar system because of its beautiful rings. And these rings are not visible with the naked eyes. And Saturn has 62 satellites, and it is the least dense of all the planets. Its density is less than that of the water. Next is the Uranus. Uranus is the 7th planet from the Sun. Uranus is the 3rd biggest planet of the solar system, and this planet has 27 satellites. Last one is the Neptune. It is the 8th planet from the Sun. The planet Neptune is farthest from the Sun, and Neptune has 14 satellites. Next, we are coming to discuss about constellation. So first we will discuss what is constellation. Constellation is a group of stars that appear to form some recognizable pattern or some recognizable shape in the sky. So the group of stars which appears to form some recognizable pattern is known as constellations. Each constellation has been given a name signifying an animal, a human being, or some other object which it appears to resemble. So many constellations are there, but we will discuss these 4 types of constellations: Ursa Major, Ursa Minor, Cassiopeia, and Orion. First, we will discuss about the Ursa Major constellations. This is one of the most famous constellations which we can see in the night sky, and it is also known as Great Bear, Big Dipper, or Claw. And the Indian name of Ursa Major constellations is Saptarishi. So it has, or we can say it consists of 7 bright stars which are arranged in a pattern that resembles like a big bear. So it is also known as Big Bear or the Great Bear. The Ursa Major is also called the Big Dipper because it resembles a dipper, that is a bowl with a handle, which was used to drink water in olden days. Next one is the Orion constellations. It is one of the well-known and most impressive constellations in the sky. It is also known as Hunter. This consists of 7 bright stars in the sky. And the brightest stars in the sky is called Sirius. Next is Cassiopeia constellations. This consists of 5 main stars, and these 5 stars are arranged to form the shape of a distorted letter W or M. And it represents an ancient queen named Cassiopeia seated on a chair. And this Cassiopeia constellation is visible during winter in the early part of the night. Last one, it is the Leo major constellations. It consists of 9 main stars. Leo means lion. So the arrangement of stars in the Leo major constellations is that's like forming the outline of a big lion. And it is visible during summer. Along with the natural satellite, the human being, they have also made some satellites that is known as artificial satellites. So a man-made spacecraft placed in its orbit around the Earth is called an artificial satellite. And this artificial satellite, it is being placed in the orbit around the Earth with the help of a rocket. And the motion of artificial satellite around the Earth is maintained by the gravitational pull of the Earth. Artificial satellites, as we know, so many uses are there. These artificial satellites are used for communication purposes, such as for radio program or for television, internet, etc. These are also being used for weather forecasting, such as rainfall, snowfall, and for giving advance warning of floods and cyclones also. That artificial satellites are used for surveying the natural resources of the earth like minerals, agricultural crops, etc. And these are also being used to collect information about other planets, stars, and galaxies. So the first artificial satellite launched by India, that was Aryabhat. It was launched in 1975. Apart from Aryabhat, some other Indian satellites are INSAT, IRS, EduSat, and the agency responsible for the development of space science programs in our country is ISRO, that is Indian Space Research Organization. So this is all about the stars and the solar system. Thank you and have a nice day.